The juxtaposition of colors is what's fascinating.
Nearly every day, from 5 in the morning until 5 at night, you can find Edna Hibel here in the corner studio of her Singer Island home. One minute, she may be putting the finishing touches on a canvas. The next, she could be working on a lithograph. Inspiration is not a problem.
I'm sure for every painting that I must do, there are at least 1,000 in my head that'll never get done.
For the 90-year-old Hibel, it was actually her proficiency in math that first turned her on to art. As a fourth grader growing up in Massachusetts, she would finish her hour-long tests in 15 minutes. One day, her teacher had an idea.
She said, "Wouldn't you like to do something else?" I said, "Sure." So she looked around, and there was a little 10-cent, those little painting boxes.
Armed with the tools of the trade and a cover of a Good Housekeeping magazine to copy, this is the result, the 9-year-old's first painting.
From then on, I didn't stop painting, drawing, painting, whatever.
She would paint the kids in her neighborhood, foreshadowing her own brand of colorful portraits. Encouraged by her parents, Hibel ended up at art school in Boston. It was there she sold her first painting, one she was willing to give away for free.
Finally, she said, "No, I insist." And I thought, and I said, "Well, would $5 be too much?" And she said, "Oh, don't be silly, it should be 10.
Despite the sale, Hibel didn't see art as a profession. Most women weren't asked back then what they were going to be when they grew up. It wasn't until the 1950s when things changed. Her husband's family business fell on hard times, essentially wiping them out. Hibel began teaching art classes in their attic for $2 a head. Her students began buying her works, and Edna's husband had an idea.
Todd said to me at that time, "We have this great talent between us, you."
He would set up exhibits and eventually make the frames for the canvases. Today, an original Hibel canvas can fetch as much as $125,000. Ask her to describe her style, and there's a hesitation.
Somebody called it classical impressionism, and I kind of like that one, would like to think.
Ask her how she paints, another pause.
I can explain how I did this, but I don't know what I'll do tomorrow.
What's your favorite color?
I tend to like the warm colors. I like blues and green. I don't know.
Look for a moment at a Hibel, and there's an unmistakable innocence, a warmth that seems to jump from the painting. Do you try to bring out the goodness in people?
I see the goodness in people, and so I hope I bring it out. I mean, I like to think that I do.
Hibel has used her success to become a philanthropist. She's offered her work over the years to raise money for children's charities and hospitals.
I know it sounds corny, but I do love people, and I do believe in the human being.
Her work has been displayed around the world, not always in museums.
Well, I love having them in castles. I've had several exhibits in castles, and those are always interesting. You meet a whole different kind of people,
But today, there is a museum dedicated in her name on the campus of Florida Atlantic University in Jupiter. Does Hibel have a personal favorite? Perhaps this full-length portrait of Ginger Rogers.
Of course, it always happens. The one I just finished is my favorite at the moment. It doesn't mean that tomorrow it will be, but at the moment it is.
And for this artist, whose mind still has a number of works trapped inside waiting to get out, there's no reason to put down her brushes.
I'm as enthusiastic as ever every stroke, so I don't know what reason I would have. It's like breathing.
Will make first appearance Friday afternoon, and police are still seeking the 7 other teens suspected in this crime, boys who, if convicted, could face life behind bars. In West Palm Beach, Terry Parker, WPBF News 25.
There you go, gang. You're kind of creeping to the left.
I am?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. 15-year-old Jakaris Taylor will make first appearance Friday afternoon, and police are still seeking the other 7 suspects in this crime, boys who, if convicted, could face life behind bars. In West Palm Beach, Terry Parker, WPBF News 25.